So, what were you telling me last night about Planned Parenthood?
How they don't donate to Claire because they don't want to ostracize pro-life Democrats in Missouri.
So, but they still somehow get us money?
They put it through like different like organizations.
Yeah, I think it's like a tactic just to like not make them too far left to try to get the moderate voters.
But we're still going to support abortion, right?
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more of like them not like, they go through other means to support and give the money. They just don't directly give the money from their like PACs.
Oh. It's like we have to lie to get elected.
Essentially.
Well, if we elect enough Democrats, we'll get some gun safety stuff done.
Well, McCaskill's trying to bill herself as a moderate, which she is not. A new undercover video from Veritas is exposing the senator as anything but.
You also said, Nick, in this later part of the video, that you take money from Planned Parenthood indirectly and that's effing beautiful.
I've got a large body of work that is bipartisan, that does accomplish things that matter for Missouri families. I'm one of the few senators left that's not afraid to call myself a moderate.
Planned Parenthood doesn't donate to Claire?
Yeah, I think it's like a tactic just to like not make them too far left to try to get the moderate voters.
But we're still going to support abortion, right?
Yes, yeah, 100%.
It's like we have to lie to get elected.
Essentially.
No, I'm sorry, Claire isn't available right now. No, she's not here. No, she won't be available tomorrow either. Politicians are notorious for saying one thing in public and then doing something entirely different once they get elected into office. Senator Claire McCaskill has turned this into an art form. This time, we talk about how she does it when it comes to her funding. See, in order to win in a state like Missouri, where Donald Trump won by nearly 20 points in 2016, the politician has to become a master in the art of the old bait and switcheroo.
Something that Darcy found out the other day is that Planned Parenthood will never donate money to Claire, even though she's very pro-choice, because they don't want to ostracize those pro-life Democrats that might not vote for her.
Yeah, that's true.
If there's Planned Parenthood funding.
So they just funnel it through Emily's list?
I'll text you.
Probably.
Okay.
They go through like other means to get us that money. But they specifically will not donate to us.
So, what were you telling me last night about Planned Parenthood?
How they don't donate to Claire because they don't want to ostracize pro-life Democrats in Missouri.
So, but they still somehow get us money?
They put it through like different like organizations.
Nick Starost explains how Planned Parenthood hides their financial support from McCaskill, so the senator can try to maintain a moderate image to moderate voters.
I'm pretty sure they like donate through like different means of like whatever, like through whether it's through like Emily's list or whether it's through like something else.
And that's because their name is so polarizing.
Yep.
It keeps the pro-life people from knowing, or the pro-life Dems from like...
Unless they go deep down into campaign like finance, which most people just do not.
Right.
And like the people that do, that are actively looking for that, aren't going to be voting for her anyway, let's be honest.
Right.
So yeah,
all right, so it's to keep the Planned Parenthood name off of the thing, but we still get the dough.
Yep.
Nice. I love that stuff. I love it.
It's great when it works for us. Let's be honest.
Starost seems quite proud that the McCaskill campaign is doing something wrong and getting away with it. Our journalist proceeded to corroborate the story with Grace Richardson, a senior campaign official with the Claire McCaskill campaign.
So I'm still trying to wrap my head around that thing Nick was talking about the other day, that Planned Parenthood won't donate to us.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand why. I don't get it.
I think it's the same with like Obama not endorsing any red state Democrats. It's so that Democrat isn't coming off as too like leftist establishment.
The other thing Claire McCaskill's doing, remember I mentioned, totally swampy. She's trying to have the best of both worlds. So she can go to a community and say, well, I don't take any money from Planned Parenthood, or her staff can say that, and that lets people say, oh, well, that's good. She's a different kind of Democrat. Except it's not true, right? I mean, the point is, you can't, she's playing both two-faced to try to hold voters. And again, in Missouri, people are not buying it anymore. They're looking through that. They want answers. They want them up front, and they're going to be very interested about what they're seeing here.
Yeah, I think it's like a tactic just to like not make them too far left to try to get the moderate voters.
But we're still going to support abortion, right?
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more of like them not like, they go through other means to support and give the money. They just don't directly give the money from their like PACs.
Oh, so basically, we're still going to protect a woman's right to choose.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We just got to kind of.
If she did it.
What's that?
I don't think I could work for Claire if she did it.
Right.
I'd probably.
Me neither.
Yeah.
It's a big deal for me too.
Richardson tells our journalist that Planned Parenthood goes through, quote, other means to support and give the money, unquote.
I don't know why Republicans are so against Planned Parenthood, but whatever.
Yeah. So like the name is toxic to some.
To some.
Okay. But it's so weird because like they are abortion basically.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know she gets a lot of money from Emily's List. I'm just like, that and guns are my two biggest issues.
Yeah, no, I think she's going to stay pretty strong on them. It's just like the name brand.
We continue to corroborate the story of deception with others with the McCaskill campaign, all saying the same thing.
It was Grace that was telling me that while we don't take donations from Planned Parenthood, we take donations from Planned Parenthood.
Indirectly.
Yeah.
Nick was telling me that you were doing some research and you found out that Planned Parenthood won't donate to us?
Oh yeah, so Planned Parenthood doesn't donate to Claire.
Curious about that.
So it's not that they don't support Claire, it's because they know it's a tough state to win for a Democrat, and they don't want to hurt her chances of winning it by donating money. Because even some moderate Dems are pro-life, and even those Republicans that are going to vote for Claire, because they're pretty moderate, she could lose them if Planned Parenthood donated money to her. I just looked it up. I was like, what does Planned Parenthood do for Claire? But
and it's nada.
It's like Missouri and maybe two other states that they don't donate to because they know it could hurt them in the election.
Just the two.
Well, yeah, because at first I was like, but then I was like, oh, I get that, because they explained it or something because they don't want to hurt her chances of getting those lean GOPs and the undecided. So.
Some staffers even told our journalist that Senator McCaskill was more progressive than she appeared.
No, you were saying that you think she's more progressive than she lets on.
Yeah. I think so too. I think she's a lot more open-minded to alternative routes to things, but she can't be open about that.
Why not?
Because she would completely isolate her the moderate Republicans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't. I know how campaigns work and stuff, but I'm just I'm progressive, and I want her to be progressive, and it's let's be as progressive as we really are, but
nope. It seems like there's a pattern in all these states. They have to appeal to two different groups of people.
That's right.
But is Claire, when she gets into office, which side will she choose?
Yeah, I remember when I ran the party, I met an old timer. He said to me, I never knew how one of the Democrats voted in Washington. This was back in the 70s, because it took 2 weeks for the votes to get published in the Congressional Quarterly. With Claire, she tries the same thing. She tries to hide how she governs in Washington because Senator McCaskill's voting for all of Obama's priorities, voting against all of Trump's priorities, voting against judges that the majority of Missourians want. So she's trying to play it both ways, but her record, and we've been talking about this for 10 years, her record is far left.
And Grace was telling me basically that we have to, we definitely get money from them, but they route it through whatever. Yeah. I don't know if it's PACs or individuals or whatever to make sure that that money gets there, but not have the Planned Parenthood name on it. Which is just I hate the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, and
I get it, but it doesn't make you feel any better about it.
no, it's
Yeah.
it's like we have to lie to get elected.
Essentially.
So yeah, all right, so it's to keep the Planned Parenthood name off of the thing, but we still get the dough.
Yep.
Nice. I love that stuff.
Effing beautiful, he says. You can see and hear how broken the system is, that these campaign staffers talking about how they have to, quote, essentially lie to get elected. And there's a lot more to come. This is happening all across the country. We're going to expose as much of it as we can, all of them, each one by one, until the American people wake up and see how broken the system is. And coming up next, we expose a wolf in sheep's clothing. And that wolf is exposed by a senior official who works in that senator's Washington, D.C. office.